Hello viewers, this is a C language training program. Now the last session I discussed with the function I discussed. What is meant by function? Function called as named block or self-contained block. Every function with arguments also you can create or without arguments also you can define. What is the advantages of functions? Reusability. What is meant by reusability? A repetition of coding can be avoided. What is one more advantage of functions? Portability. What is meant by portability? One program function easy to transfer to another program or another machine. What is one more usage of functions? Modularity. What is meant by modularity? Heavy lines of code divided into small piece of code. It is called as modules or subprograms. Those are also called as functions. Now using functions, the program can be easy to compile or easy to maintain the coding. These are the major advantages of functions: reusability and code clarity, portability, and one more is easy to maintenance or debugging is easier. These are the major advantages of function. Actually, what are the types of functions we have? Predefined functions. One more category, user defined functions. What is meant by predefined functions? Which functions are already defined by C language author? Those functions are called as predefined functions. Those functions are executed with the help of header files like scanf, printf. Those are available under stdio.h, clr, ser, getch. Those are under conio.h. Square root function, maths, seed. Those are under math.h. String length, string upper, string lower. Those are under string.h. Those are completely predefined functions. What is one more category of functions? User defined functions. What is meant by user defined functions? Which function can defined by programmer or user? Those functions are user defined functions or our created functions. Now these functions can modify, these functions can define, these functions you can delete also. Now for the user defined functions only, three types of functions you have: no return, no arguments. Second category, no return with arguments. One more category you have with return with arguments. What are the types of function categories you have? You see the types of functions are no arguments, no return. What is meant by no return? Void functions. No return called as void, not return any value. No arguments. What is meant by no arguments? You cannot pass any values. Second category function you have no return called as void. One more is arguments, you can pass the arguments. Third category of functions you have return value functions. What is meant by return value functions? When you pass the arguments, your output should be return some data types, maybe integer types, maybe character, maybe float type. Now these are the user defined functions we have: no arguments, no return arguments, with return arguments. Now already I discussed these are the types of functions in the last session. Now I want to define one more simple example program. You see that. Now in this example observe void first first, void second, void third, void fourth. Totally how many functions I have? 4 functions. Now this step is called as function declaration. Every functions are created 3 steps you have: declaration of the function, next one is function calling, next one is function definition. Declaration of function before main, calling of the function inside main, execution of the function after the main. Declaration before main, calling under inside main, definition after the main. Now see this example, you have no return, no arguments. Void means no return, no arguments. Void first, void second, void third, void fourth. After that main. Inside of main, clear screen. Inside of main, this is main. First executed main function, this is main. After that I want to call the first function. This function already declared, no arguments and no return. Next I want to call the second. Next I want to call the third function, then fourth. 4 functions to be called. After calling of this function, this is main again. What is my message to be print? This is main again. Finally to get ch to get the output screen. But here 2 steps are completed, declarations completed, calling completed. What is our next step? You have definitions. These are the function definitions I have. Void first. What is the body of these? This is first function. Void second, this is second function. Void third, this is third function. Void fourth, this is fourth function. Now you observe here, if I compile this program, compilation beginning at main. First it is started at main. Inside of main, this is main, this is the first message. After that first function calling, directly jumping to first, this body will be execute. What is the body of this? This is in the first function. Again come back to the main, second function calling, go to the second body, this is the second function. Again come back to the main, third function calling, this is third function body. Again come back to the main, fourth function, this is the fourth function body. Again come back to the main, this is main again. Totally in this program, how many functions? 4 functions, that is our define, no arguments. But the function can be called multiple times also. Now in this program, first function once only calling, second also once only calling, every function once only calling, more than once also you can call, more than once. Now you see one more example program you observe, void replicate function I have. One more function, void replicate. This is our define, replicate function. But in this function, k equal to 1, k less than or equal to 50, k plus plus. This is the function k variable I used, 1 starts, 52 and k plus plus. But I want to print the stars. Now in this program, there is no declaration part, only definition. Here directly I define the function before main. That is also allowed. Before main you can define the function. Inside of main, clear screen, replicate function to be called, hello will be prints. After that again replicate function to be called, world to be prints. Again replicate function to be called, welcome to be prints. Finally replicate function to be called to get the main. What is the answer of this? If I call the replicate 50 times, stars will be prints. 50 times stars. If I call the second replicate function, again stars, in middle hello. After that world message prints, again replicate 50 stars. Again replicate function 50 stars, hello world welcome. But every message after 50 stars will be prints. Now you see that one more example program now. This program to be run and Turbo C editor to be run. You see the program now. What is my program? Write a program to demonstrate function, without arguments to print characters. What is my program? To demo the function without arguments to print the characters. First I want to use the function. First hash include stdio.h header files, hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. Inside of that, now I want to declare the function replicate. I want to declare the function replicate. Inside of main, CLR SCR, clear screen. Now I want to call the function replicate. Replicate is not a predefined function, our defined function. Printf, I want to print the message hello, hello message. I want to print the message hello. After that, replicate function again. I want to call to the replicate function. Again printf world. I want to print the message world, many backslash n's. Here also I used many backslash n's, new lines to be print. After that, I want to call to the replicate function again, replicate. Now I want to print one more message. I want to print welcome, welcome message. Again backslash n's I used. After that, get ch to end the main. Now totally in this program, replicate function 3 times I am calling. Void replicate. Now I want to make a body replicate, no arguments function. Here I want to print int I is a variable for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 50, I plus plus. It is my for loop. Inside of for loop, I want to print the star symbol. I want to print the character star. I want to print the character star. Star I want to print. Any character to be print and close the replicate. Now I want to save this program. Save under C drive, turbo C++ folder, disk folder, turbo C3. Inside of that bin folder I want to save. What is my program name? Function 4.c. Function 4.c I used. Through command editor I want to run. Turbo C editor to run off this program through command editor. I want to print the character values here. Open. What is my function name? Function 4.c. If I compile this program, there is no error if I run the program. You see that first printing stars, 50 stars are prints hello message. After that again 50 stars are prints world message. After that 50 stars are prints welcome message. Totally here stars will be printed with the help of replicate function. Replicate function you are printing the stars, 50 stars. How many times calling of this replicate function? 3 times. Now you see here in this program only, if I used after printing of star, I want to move the next line. Cursor should be move on next line. Backslash n. Backslash n I want to come after printing of stars. At the time after printing of stars, it will be prints the welcome message. Similarly, hello world welcome, that also prints. Now before this hello also I want to print backslash n. You can print off that new lines. Everywhere you can print off that new lines. Before world, before welcome, that you can print. Backslash n, new line to come. Here I want to print with replicate. You see that messages. First replicate function 50 stars hello. Next two new lines. After that again stars, again new lines, many blank spaces. After that again new lines, stars and welcome. Now this is which type of function I used? No return, no arguments. Now I want to discuss with under functions only second model function. What is the second model function? No return with arguments. One more example program. Write a program to demonstrate no return with arguments. Now I want to discuss with no return with arguments. Hash include stdio.h, hash include conio.h. Inside of this, now I want to create one function. What is my function I want to create here? Void table. My function is table. What is the meaning of this function? If I enter any number, the number table I want to print, multiplication table. Suppose if I inputted n value 2, 2 table to be print. If I input n value 5, 5 table to be print. Now this function I passed the argument integer. Now this is which type of function? Void means no return. Now this function is with arguments, one argument to be passed, given number table to be print. After that void main. After that void main. Now in this only you can create some more function also if you require. What is my another function? Void even odd check function. Is it number is even or odd? First I want to execute with the table function, next I want to use with the check. Is it number is even or odd? Two functions. Inside of main I want to declare int n, the given number. After that I am declaring one more variable char, character ans, answer variable. Now you see here, first I declare number, after that I declare ans as a character. What is the reason of ans variable here? If I enter the number, table function is calling. If I enter the number, check function is calling. But after once execute the function, again I want to continue. One time executed this table and check, but again I want to repeat the same function. At that time which variable to be enter? ans, answer variable. If your answer is yes, y for s. If your answer is yes, again continue the process. If answer is no, I don't want to continue the process. But this variable is which type of variable? Character variable. To accept your answer, either y or n. Y for yes, n for no. I want to accept the character. Now I want to use for do while. Under do while to be read that printf enter number. First I want to input some number. After that how to read that? Scanf %d ampersand number. After reading of that number, the number which function I want to call? Table. Table of n, the given number table. One more function I want to call check, check of number, the given number is even or odd, check function to be called. Here I want to print with the table and here I want to check the number, is it even or odd. After one time these functions are executed, you want to enter one message. What is my message? Do you want to continue another function or not? Do you want to continue again? Another function you want to continue, another time you want to continue. Your answer is should be y or n, yes or no. After enter my number, table function executed and the given number even or odd checking. Do you want to continue again? Yes or no. Y for yes, n for no. Whenever you are accepting this to continue. How to read of this answer variable? Answer variable how to read? Ans equal to one function you have. You see that function get che function you have. Get che. Listen. What is the difference of get ch and get che function? Get ch means to get the output screen. If I press any button, then only close my screen. Get ch means to read the character from the keyboard. If I press any button, then only to close the screen. What is meant by get che function? To read the character from the keyboard, that is reading as well as printing. What is meant by e indicates end, end of the letter. What is meant by get che function? To read the character as well as print. E for end. Now this function will be stored under which variable? Ans, to read the character. When I want to repeat that, while my answer equal to capital Y, Y for S, my answer equal to small y, then to repeat. If my answer equal to y, either capital Y or small y, again do the process, again repeat the table and check. If my answer equal, if my answer not equal to y, stop the process. N for stop. After that get ch to end of the main. Now I want to explain the function bodies, void, table, function definitions. Int n. What is my actual argument n? Actual argument is n. You can use for n also or x also. X is a formal argument. Inside of that, I want to print a given number table. How to print off that given number table? I used one variable here, int r for result purpose. For I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10. Up to 10 I want to print the table, 1s are to 10s are. How to print off that? Printf %d, it is for decimal format, the given number, after that star, again %d. Suppose my number is 2, x value 2 I giving, 2 into 1, instead of this %d 2 will be prints, instead of this %d 1 will be prints, 2 into 1. Now the 2 for given number, 1 for multiplier equal to %d. What is the meaning of this %d? Multiplier answer, result value will be prints. Finally, after printing of one line, \n, new line. What is the need of the first %d x, given number? What is the need of second %d I, multiplier? What is the need of %d r? R for result, result variable, R for result. Finally, to close off this statement. Now this is for table printing. How to print off that given number table? Suppose if my number is 2 I giving, the 2 will be entered to the x. Now x is 2. Initially I equal to 1. Is it 1 less than or equal to 10? Yes, true. Now I want to print with x is 2, then I is 1, 2 into 1 equal to 2. After that I increments, at that time 2 into 2 equal to 4. Like this, up to 10 number it will be multiplied and print the answer. How to print off the expression? %d into %d equal to %d. Now the first %d indicates x number, the next %d indicates I for multiplier, 1 to 10s are. Next %d indicates r for result, r value to be print. Now here how it is make that expression, r variable expression here, r equal to x into I, r equal to x into I, x for number, I for multiplier, then should be multiplied. Now I want to make with a void check function. One more function body, check. What is my reason of check function here? Is it a given number, even or odd number, that I want to check. Suppose my number is 3 I enter. Suppose my number is 3. I want to check 3 is a even number or odd number. How to check off that the given number even or odd? Divisible by 2 you want to check. If x mod 2 equal to 0, if the x divisible with 2, remainder 0, any number divisible with 2, remainder 0, it's called as even number. Printf, what is my message? Even number, the number is even. Else, if the x is not divisible with 2, at that time what is my message to be print? Printf, odd number, I want to print the message odd number. If any number divisible with 2, even number, otherwise odd number. Finally close the check. Check function body to be closed. Now you see this is for given number is even number or odd number checking. Now you see that if I want to save this program, file, save, under this turbo C++ disk folder, turbo C3 bin, function5.c, function5.c. Now I want to run off that. Inside of turbo C editor to run. No return, no arguments function here. Now I want to declare with int I also here, I will be declared. Now I compile and run. First I want to enter some number. What is my number I enter? Suppose my number is 2. At that time which will be prints? First calling the table of 2 function calling. table of 2 function, print the 2 table, 2 ones are 2, 2 tens are. Next check function calling, the check function which will be checking even or odd, the given number 2 is even number. Do you want to continue again? Suppose my answer is y, y for s. I want to repeat the function again, y for s. If I enter y, enter n number, suppose my number is 3. At that time which will be prints? 3 table prints, your number is odd number. If I want to continue another number again, yes, we can test. If I use 7, check it now. If I use 7 first, 7 table, 7 is odd number. Do you want to continue again? Yes. Another numbers will be repeated, same function repeated, reusable. Do you want to continue again? Yes. Another number can be repeated, 6. I don't want to continue. N for stopping, n for stop. I don't want to continue the process. Now you see, this is one discussion about how to use the function repeatability with the help of which variable? ANS, answer variable. Under answer variable, how to read your answer, yes or no, how to read that? Get CHE function, get CHE. What is meant by get CHE function here? From the keyboard to read the character as well as print the character. Whatever character you are inputting, you can read and print. If your answer is y, then only continue, repeat the functions. Now what is one more type of function category you have? One more type of function type, user defined type, with return with arguments. One more example, with return with arguments. With return with argument function, you see that one program, hash include std io.h, hash include conio.h. Now I want to create one function. What is my function? I want to use the total function. I want to calculate total of 3 subject marks. Total of 3 subject marks means 3 inputs, 3 integers. My function to be evaluate total of 3 subject marks, 3 integers. If I evaluate the total marks, my answer is which data type? Integer. Return type is integer. What is meant by return type function? This function passing inputs, after processing this function answer send back to integer. This function inputting 3 integers, 3 marks will be evaluated, the answer will be sent back to integer variable, return type. I want to create with another return type function. What is my another return type I used? CHER, character return, which is my function result. Now for the result checking with the 3 integers, what is the meaning of this function? I want to check result is pass or fail. Student result is pass or fail, P for pass, F for fail. My inputting is 3 subject marks, but my answer is pass or fail, P for pass, F for fail, but my answer return which data type? Character data type. Now in this result function inputs are integers, but the answer return character. Now the total function inputs are integers, answer also integer because total return integers. Result function pass or fail, character return. Suppose in this only I want to create one more function also, float, which I want to calculate average. What is my inputs? 3 integers. Now I want to input with 3 integers, 3 marks. Now that based on the marks, I want to calculate average. How to calculate average? 3 integers plus divided by number of subjects. 3 marks divided by number of subjects. But my answer I am expecting float data type. I want to expect it with float. Like that can be used. I mean here 3 integers, your answer return is float. A result function 3 integers, your answer return character. Total function inputs are 3 integers, but your answer return integer. Now I want to start with the main function. Now for the main function, instead of void main, Any main can be used, either int main or character main or float main. Because of these three functions, many values returns, integer returns, character return, float returns, but the main should be returns. Now I want to declare int m1, m1 mark, m2 mark, m3 mark. After that, which is one extra variable returning purpose, t for returning purpose. One more is character r, result returning purpose. One more is float a, average returning purpose. Now here m1, m2, m3 are integers to read the marks. T is for return for total value, R is for return the result value, character, A is for average, return the float. Now I want to call the, first I want to call the enter the marks, printf enter marks. Now I want to read the marks. How to read the marks? Scanf %d, 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 ampersand m1, ampersand m2, ampersand m3. 3 marks to be entered, ampersand m1, ampersand m2, ampersand m3. After that, now I want to go for total. Here to use t equal to, here I used a t equal to which function to be called? Total m1 comma m2 comma m3. Now here I want to call the function, total function I want to call 3 marks. This return value stored into t. After that, I want to call for r for result purpose, result function calling m1, m2, m3. That means based on your inputs, result will be calculated, pass or fail, return to r. Now I want to call with a for average purpose, average of m1, m2, m3. Your marks are integers, but return average value a. T for total return, R for result return, A for average return. Finally, I want to print the answers in the main. Total is %d, t to be print. Next, I want to print with the average, result. Result is %c, c for character. Next, I want to print with the average. Average is %f, f for float, a to be print. Finally, I want to end of this main, get ch, return 0, successfully return. Your function answers are successfully returned, int. Total, I want to read that m1. m1 I want to use for formal parameter a or any variable, formal parameter x, int x, x for m1, y for m2, z for m3. How to calculate the total? Return x plus y plus z, return statement. What is the meaning of this function body? First, I want to read the 3 subject marks, that is send to x and y and z. 3 subject marks are sending to x and y and z. I want to return x plus y plus z. Final answer return back to t, return statement return to t. After that, I want to use char result. I want to go for result. Similarly, int x, int y, int z. But I want to calculate pass or fail. Char. Here I used res variable. How to check that? If x is greater than or equal to 40, each mark is above 40. Y is greater than or equal to 40. Z is greater than or equal to 40. If all marks are above 40, res equal to what should be used? P for pass. Else, if all marks are not above 40, I want to make res equal to f for fail, res equal to fail. Finally, return statement, return res should be returned, either pass or fail. If every mark is above 40, I want to return the result P for pass. If any mark is below 40, result to be fail, return res. After that, float average, the last one, int x, int y, int z. Now here I want to check with if how to calculate average value float. Here I used AV equal to x plus y plus z divided by 3, that is called as what? Average purpose, return AV, average value return. That means x value, y value, z value, 3 values will be added, divided by 3, average will be used. Return AV, average value should be returned. Now you see that if I save this, now I want to save this expression now, average, save. Now I want to save and return this. Function 6.c, function 6. Now I want to compile and run this program. Function 6.c. If I compile and run this program, check it, enter the marks 45, 45 and 55. You see that what is the total? 45 plus 45 plus 55, 145. Result is all marks are above 40, pass. Average is 48.0. If I run this again, if I use 34, 56, 67, total is 157, but result is F. F indicates fail. What is the average value? 52%. Average is 52.0. Now in this program, total function returns integer, result function returns character, average function return floats, many returns. Now here the function discussion only, you have one more type of function also there. Under functions only one more type of function. What is mean by nested function? Under functions only you have nested function. What is the definition? You can have nested function, a function called with another function definition. A function called with another function definition or another function body is called as nested function. Every nested function minimum 2 functions require. Every nested function minimum 2 functions require, minimum 2 functions. If I want to work with a nested function, minimum 2 functions require, then only to run this. How to make of that nested function? What is the syntax? What is the syntax of nested? Void function 1, void function 1, this is one function. Inside of that some set of statement, inside of that function 2 will be called, another function to be closed. Now inside of this function, function 2, some other statements to be called. Now in this syntax you observe, inside of function 1, statement 1 calling, inside of function 1 only function 2 calling. Function 2 means inside of function 1, function 2 is another function, inside of that statement 2. This type of function called as nested, one function inside another. Now you see finally what are the types of functions I discussed? No return, no argument function, and no return with argument function, and with return with argument function, return type functions. These are actually function types. What is one more category of function definition you have? Nested function. Just now I discussed what is meant by nested function. One function inside another function body to be called. The first function called as outer function, the second function called as inner function. Inside of outer, inner function to be called. It is called as nested function. Now for every nested function, minimum how many function to be defined? 2 function to be defined. This is completely user defined function, nested function I discussed. Example of nested functions in the next session I discussed. Example of nested function, the tomorrow session I will continue, nested function example. Thank you for these videos.